Hey, happy Wednesday, Libra dudes. This is Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placements. There goes the bracelet. Yes, indeed, it is tea time with Brenna. We're going to spill some love tea. We have a little sip of tea. Okay. So, Libra, it is Mercury in retrograde season, and I haven't welcomed you to it yet like I have the other signs. So, welcome to Mercury in retrograde. How's it treating you? We're like 2 days in, right? Started on Monday. Just throwing some Palo Santo around. It ends on October 18th. I don't know what day of the week that is, although I should, but there's that. Making a mouth. A lot of things in Mercury retrograde are bullshit and shenanigans, not gonna lie. You know, that's definitely true. But there are some good things in Mercury in retrograde. If you've never heard of Mercury in retrograde and you're on social media, you've lost your mind, because every single meme from Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use, blames everything that goes wrong in your life on Mercury in retrograde. So the things you can blame on Mercury in retrograde is communication. So if I trip up my speech, I can blame that on that. Now in this day and age, where your phone is your electronic communication and everything is in your phone, your life is your phone, it's frustrating because Mercury in retrograde fucks with your phone. So you're going to have a lot of problems. You might have a lot of problems there. People who have the sign of Gemini or heavy placements of Gemini also are more affected than other signs. So if you do have Gemini placements, be aware of that. I do, so I'm aware of that. All right. Put that out. I don't know why I put it back on. So all kinds of electronics things can go open. They say not to sign contracts and things like that during Mercury retrograde. It often brings back the exes. There's like the running of the exes. Like every ex you ever left comes back. And some are good, some are bad. And it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you reconnect with somebody, you know, from the way back who ends up, you know, you've changed over the last 10 years. They've changed over the last 10 years. The timing wasn't right then. The timing is right now. You know, or you know. So it brings back good and bad. But it brings back everything. Both shitty exes and both exes that you have a chance of possibly having a good reconnection with. All being if you're single. It's awesome when you're married and it brings back all the exes. It's like, what is this? But hopefully you're not married and watching Love Tarot. Spilling love tea here, okay? So if you're married, get divorced before you watch my channel. No, I don't care what you do, but you're most likely not married. What I've been doing for the signs this week is pulling a card from the Fairy Oracle deck by Karen K. I have a friend, I don't know if you can see this. I have a friend whose name is Amy K, and she's actually in my phone as Amy Faye. Faye is short for fairies. And she's a human fae, and she knows it. I know a lot of human fairies, fae, and they don't know it. And if you told them, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But she in particular knows she's a fairy, and it's great because I did just describe in one of my videos earlier on this week that fairies are really good at finding things and hiding things. They're tricksters. They like shiny things and, you know, lighters, jewelry, all kinds of like the small trinkets and things that are. But I've even had a very, very shiny, cool shoe that I missed stolen, and I do need to call her to find it because I can't find it anywhere. So I do call her up to actually find it. So it's funny that this is Karen K, and the human fae that I know is Amy K. So it's cute. So I throw it in there. Fuck it. But anyway, the card I pulled for the Fairy Oracle deck is Purity. I don't know if you can see that either. Oh, fuck. Probably not, maybe so. We don't know. It's Purity from the fairies. And I guess in any relationship, you have to consider how pure intentioned you are, how pure intentioned they are, sometimes how pure-hearted are they, and sometimes how pure-hearted are you. And it has a lot to do with the dynamics of a relationship if you're pure intentioned. If you don't mean any ill will towards your person, you're completely pure of heart and intention, and you're both that way towards each other. There are relationships where people don't argue. They discuss, maybe debate, but they really don't argue. My husband, who's been dead for 7 years now, God rest his soul. I mean, I talked to him, but whatever. We didn't argue. I was very pure. I still am very pure intention, pure of heart. I may have done, smoking, drinking, smoking pot. Pure of heart is very different than pure of actions, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's pure of character. I'm very honest with my intentions. I don't ever mean to hurt anyone. I'm a good person. I'm very, a kind, loving, giving, good person. And when you meet somebody who's also pure intention, pure of heart, kind person, it makes the relationship just flow so much more easier, because it's easier to trust somebody who doesn't have hidden motives, ever, ever, ever. They're pure of heart, they're pure of intention. And it's a really beautiful component to a relationship. Now, I do have a song picked out to sing for this card, because it is the theme of your reading. But if we go through your reading and the song doesn't end up making sense, I'll sing something else. I'll just pull some shit off the top of my head, because I've been singing at the very bitter end of the videos. And if you're not interested in hearing my singing, feel free to turn off the video before I start doing so. So the next thing I want to do, and I had another that's been custom this week, is pull 3 angel cards. Keep an open mind. Children are very pure, so that's interesting. Wow, religious factors, talking about being pure of heart and pure and all that kind of stuff. Religious factors. They all relate to being in the right headspace, to not be tricksters, not to be, leading people into a path of deception. I think that's something that happens. Or leading people into think you want more out of a relationship than you really do. A lot of times it's a one-night stand, and that's all it is. And that's not a big or bad thing. It's just that you can't take a one-night stand and try to force it to become this loving, pure relationship that it wasn't destined to be, and it wasn't set out to be, kind of a thing. So, religious factors definitely to do with that. It's like how most people that I know are not religious. They may have come from a religion, or they study some religion, but they're more spiritual than religious. But there are a lot of religious restrictions and ideals and idealisms that, pure of heart come from. And it could be in your upbringing, your religious upbringing, that makes you the person you are today, with pure intentions, pure of heart, a good soul, a good, kind person. And sometimes people aren't brought up with any religion at all. And does that make them any less pure of heart? No, not necessarily. But religious upbringing often can lead to instilling a good sense of that in a person. So keep an open mind. As I said, Mercury in retrograde is running of the X's, where all the X's come running, So keeping an open mind means not every single X that comes back into your life is going to be a horrible piece of crap that they were when they left. There are some that maybe have gone for, 5-10 years, whatever it may be. And I've done the healing, like I said. So keep an open mind that the next might return, not out of the question, and to keep an open mind that they've changed, you've changed, and it's still possible to create something anew. With that being said, just old friends, old family, keep an open mind and an open heart, basically, to any forgiveness that happens. Even if the ex comes back in and you don't want anything to do with them romantically, maybe just the clearing out and the heart-to-heart conversation and the airing of the grievances, as Seinfeld episode would say, clearing of the grievances, and no, there may not be a total reconciliation, but you'll walk away from it feeling a greater sense of peace in your heart of airing the grievances and clearing the air and having a heart-to-heart and maybe a sense of closure that you didn't have in the past. So that's from all people, not just exes. So I'm going to shuffle the cards on camera. I did shuffle the crap out of them earlier because I preferred to use these yesterday, and I was feeling them again today. So I will do that before I start throwing tarot cards down. I didn't bring the singing bowl, but it's been a long enough introduction. I'm going to have to pass this time around, Libras. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll do it at the end. We'll see how much time we got going on. This might be a long reading. Okay, the tarot cards are coming out for your love life for the first week. We are actually the last week of September going into the first week of October, so the end of the month reading. Technically weekly because I did one last week. Two of Cups, Tower reversed, Four of Swords reversed, the Moon reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Ten of Wands, and the Chariot reversed. So I do see Cancer and Pisces as, at this point, Cancer and Pisces for your person. And this is your current person. I'm not necessarily sure you're single or if you're getting out of something. I've got a recently person just came from the past. Possible reconciliation. I don't know what we've got going on here. This is the person you have been with last. They are a soulmate. There is unconditional friendship, love there. So even if this has fallen apart or is on its way to falling apart, you'll always have that sense of friendship with them as long as you live. So every Mercury retrograde, if they come running back to talk to you, it'll always be friendly and good camaraderie. Next to it is a Tower in reverse. So the Tower in reverse speaks of putting things back together versus the Tower upright, everything falling apart, possibly, shocking or fall apart, or so now it's like reverse is more putting things together. So what it looks like is that you did have some separation from your person and you're reconciling because you're putting things back together, and the unconditional love friendship card has come back up. And you're both very excited for starting on this new venture. I don't know what has changed in the air. Maybe it is Mercury retrograde. I don't know. But up until the last, I want to say a couple of days, even up until like over the weekend, like you just started coming out of a depression where you were not necessarily majorly depressed, but you were tired a lot, sleepy, wanted to be left alone, that kind of a thing like that, where in a certain type of ho-hum-drum, bummed out attitude from what looks like to be breakup. So there's a slight separation. I don't know for how long, but there was a slight separation from your person. There might have been things that were not said, left unsaid, or secrets that might have led to the breakup. Because when it looks like coming up soon, if it hasn't happened already, there's going to be a lot of secrets being revealed. So you both are not hiding anything going into it the second time around. So kind of like it is very Mercury retrograde, as returning of the exes. They weren't an ex for that long, but the reconciliation is still happening, and you're both really about it. You're into it, but you realize the things that you've left unsaid, possibly, or people have told lies or betrayals or cheating or whatever it was that tore you apart. is being brought out to light into the open, so that you, once all the secrets are out in there, you can pretty much put things back together and understand things clearer, and it's just a really good thing. I also feel like, besides Pisces and Cancer, that your person could be, let me say, could be no, hold on a minute. I want to say an earth sign, so Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus is the main sign for your person. If not, there's heavy placements in Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus earth signs. They're showing you as a Queen of Swords upside down, that you cut them out. So they may have been the one with secrets that needed to be revealed and worked on. But it looks like you cut them out. I feel like they were keeping secrets or betrayals or lies that were, you were intuitive enough to say something's wrong, if you didn't know exactly what was wrong, if you didn't call them out and saying, I think you're talking to somebody else, or I think you've been with somebody else, or whatever the secret may have been. I think you called them out on it, they admit to it, and you just cut them out. So, but that feels like around a month ago, about like 5 weeks, a month ago, that you cut them out. And there was a little to no communication for the last 4-ish weeks. We're on Wednesday, yeah, so 4.5 weeks. And then the communication started back up. And I really feel like it's because Mercury retrograde. Like, everything kind of tends to go backwards in order to clear the path for new. And you're clearing the path of the old garbage by airing the secrets. You're clearing it out for something new to happen. I feel as though it was just very stagnant for that month, and your person really seemed to not be able to deal with it well. They did not like being apart from you. They realized who you were to them, and they realized where you belonged in their life, and you were just sad and just in no communication zone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. While they were more in anxiety versus depression, like, what am I going to do? I can't live without this person. I want to get them back. How do I get them back? What do I say? What do I do? So there's more of that kind of going on. And so I wasn't moving forward. It was just stagnant for like a month, and that was very hard. More so on them than you. Not saying that it wasn't burdensome on you, but they had done the wrong, and they had the confessing to do. And being mad at yourself is a very heavy burden, and they were experiencing a very heavy burden. Wrong cards. Okay. All right, 7 of Wands in the reverse, 2 of Wands upright, Page of Cups reversed, Wheel of Fortune reversed, Justice reversed, and 3 of Swords reversed. Okay. I feel like for you that you felt their feelings while there was no communication, their anxiety, their eagerness to get back with you. Maybe you listened to tarot card readings or a tarot card person outside of YouTube, and you were really just feeling sorry for them, knowing that they messed up, knowing that they knew, and that they were really, beating themselves up for it and at a total loss for everything. And they actually were sorry. You gave in and you missed them. You may have told yourself you didn't miss them when the time you didn't want to communicate with them for a month. You're like, I hate you, don't ever talk to me again. That kind of thing. But that was your way of forcing yourself not to give a crap because it hurt too much to give a crap. But coming closer to knowing that they were sorry, really actually seriously sorry for what they did, totally at a loss for losing you and just a mess from losing you. It was good to know that, and then sadly it started making feelings come back and missing them and wondering what they were doing and that kind of a thing like that. You may have children with this person or have had a pregnancy with a miscarriage with this person. There seems to be ties through children to this person. the cycle of, I'm just going to call it bullshit. I don't know exactly what happened, but I do feel as though there was another person, whether it was sexual or not. There was another person, and that cycle has completely come to an end, to a close. You do need to know that person, it's gone, it's over with. There is no more communication, and they were never meant to be anything to each other. And they will, if they saw each other on the street, would walk the opposite way from each other. It's a done deal. So don't sit around worrying about whether or not they're still interested in the person that they were talking to while you because the reason why you broke up in the first place. They did cut it off with them completely because it was unfair to you, and now they are going to do what they can to restore karma to themselves. They feel as though they just don't know what to do, but they have to make some kind of restoration to the relationship because they did the damage. So they're trying everything they can to get you to trust them again. And I think that might be where keep an open mind comes in. Keep an open mind to what they say is true. It's pure of heart. Again, the children card came up, so I feel like if there wasn't a pregnancy between the two of you, or there wasn't kids between the two of you, there may be in the future, or one or both of you has children that are obviously in between the relationship that was attached to the person that left, or attached to that kind of thing like that. But it's also, children are very pure of heart, forgive very easily, and I think that's something is maybe asking you to go back and forgive very easily. Keeping an open mind is just, things do happen. They might have cheated on you emotionally or sexually or whatnot. I don't think you quite right now, but you just suspect very heavily, and probably heard from tarot card readers that something was going on with a third party. This way is what cheating is referred to in tarot land as third party. But keeping an open mind to the rule of, I will never take this person, any person who ever cheats on me, I will never talk to them again. I will never get back together with them. Keep an open mind to the fact that never say never. And this person's trying everything they can to show you for the rest of their lives how sorry they are for what they did. So just keep an open mind and have a forgiving, open, apologetic heart. That is the end of your reading for today, Libra. And I'm gonna sing the song that I was got in the first place. If you've been watching any of my videos this week, you can see I've been failing dastardly at words, and I think I lost the tune yesterday. It was great, so I'm gonna just play a little bit of quiet YouTube in the background. She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses and her boyfriend too. It's a long way living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. Now I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. And all the vampires walking through the valley move west down Ventura Boulevard. And all the bad boys are standing in the shadows While the good girls are home with broken hearts. Now I'm free. Free falling. Yeah, I'm free. Free falling. So, I think that song definitely says a lot. I think it says, you know, I know she's a good girl. I know I'm the bad boy, and I think part of what free falling means is that you've lost the best thing that ever happened to you, and now you're just free falling into the black abyss of whatever is. There's nothing left to life. You know, you're just free falling. You've got nowhere to land. You've got nothing to look forward to. You're just literally in the, like, a black hole of abyss. And I feel as though that's true of the song. But I do like that it is, after the reading, I do like that it is a guy who recognizes that he did the wrong. He's a bad boy. He broke her heart. He did the wrong thing, and all he wants to do is get back in her good graces. And if you have an open mind and know that he's pure of heart and made a mistake, I feel like a lot of the purity came up because, you know, I think when someone does cheat on you emotionally or physically, I do think that they're immediately considered the bad boy. They're just written off, and they're, you know, anything good about them is just thrown to the wind. And not always. This person does have a pure heart and did make a huge mistake, does realize they made a huge mistake. And I can't tell you what to do or how to live your life. If you don't want anything to do with them, be like, you know, that's my rule. I don't do that. Once somebody has cheated on me or gone behind my back and, you know, talked to another person, that's my rule. I don't take them back. Not take them back, but hear them out, see what they have to say, put one toe in the water. You know, I mean, obviously, if you're going to make it work, it's going to take a lot of purity on both your hearts, and it's going to take a long time to trust again. And that's it. I mean, obviously, that's just some YouTube love tarot reader telling you that, but maybe it's what you needed to hear. I didn't ring the crystal bowl, and I do feel like I should, because clear your heart, clear your mind. You can think about it on your own at home after this. Private readings in the description box below, donations and tips in the box below. All right, have an awesome Wednesday, guys. See you, Libras. Peace out.